Lesson 5-4 is on the slope formula. Our learning target is I will find slope by using the slope formula. So we just talked about in the last section rate of change. We saw how to find the slope of a line by using its graph. We can also find a formula, find the slope using a formula, which is usually represented by the letter m. To use this formula, you need the coordinates of two different points on the line. So starting out, they're going to give you 2 points that look like this, and oftentimes we'll call them x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So basically this is just the x and y of the first point, and this is the x and y of the second point. Now the formula that we'll be using is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. In words, what this means is that the slope of a line is the ratio of the difference in the y values to the difference in x values between any two different points on the line. So you're always subtracting the y's on top and subtracting the x's on the bottom. So for example, if I have the point 2, -3, and then also the point 1, 4, what I would do is I would subtract or find the difference of my y values on top. So y2 is 4 minus -3. That's my top value up here. 4 minus -3 would be 7. And then on the bottom, 1 minus 2 would be -1. So 7 over -1 would be -7. So my slope, which is the letter m, would be -7 in this example. So in this case, find the slope of a line that contains 2, 5, and 8, 1. So now we know just 2 points on the graph, and we don't actually have to graph it anymore. We can just use these 2 points to find the slope. So we know that our slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So going through here, again, this is my first point, this is my second point. So I'll find the y of my second point, that would be 1 minus y of my first point, that would be 5. So 1 minus 5. And then on the bottom, I'll take x to my second point, that is 8, minus x of my first point, which is 2. 8 minus 2 goes on the bottom. Now I just subtract -4 divided by 6. In this case, I can't actually divide it, so I will just leave it as a simplified fraction to show that it's going to be -2/3. Alright, so you can try this one. So I'm going to hit pause and try this one, and then come back when you're ready. So hit pause now. And we're back. So slope of 0. Try this one here again. Hit pause now. And we're back. Slope of 3. One more example here. So hit pause now. And we're back. Slope is 2. Alright, sometimes you're not given 2 points to use in the formula. You might have to choose 2 points from a graph or a table. So starting out, they're going to be nice to you, and they're going to give you some 2 obvious points to pick out. In the future, it won't always be this easy. So my suggestion would be to find points that are easy to read. So for example, I could pick a point like right here, but it's kind of hard to read. I know it's crossing at 3 on the y coordinate, but I don't know where the x is to be very clear. Same thing for points like along here, kind of hard to read, but I can see that it crosses here at 0, 2. I also see that it crosses at -2, -2. So these are 2 points that are very easy to read, and they cross right at the corners. Again, think of like your coordinate plane as walking city blocks. These are crossing right at where 2 roads meet, not like where 2 yards are going to be at. So once you have your 2 points, you get to declare which one is 0.1, which one is 0.2. My suggestion would be going from left to right. Call this one 0.1, call this one 0.2, but it really does not matter which one we pick. So they're actually going to pick 0, 2 as 0.1, and then this one is as 0.2, so you can work top to bottom. It really doesn't matter. As long as you stay consistent, it's not going to matter which one you pick. So y2 minus y1, just the difference of your y's. Negative 2 minus 2, the difference of your x's. Negative 2 minus 0 gives you negative 4 over negative 2, which is a slope of 2, which means we're going up 2 over 1. Another option is trying to find the slope based on the table. So you're not actually seeing two ordered pairs, but we're actually, in this case, there's actually 4 ordered pairs we can pick and choose from. So again, pick the ones that are easiest for you to use. You can use any combination, just pick 2. So what they're going to do is they're going to pick the first one and the third one just for no really good reason. Probably just because we have 0, 1 in there. I would suggest avoid negatives if you can. Avoid fractions if you can. Try to find numbers that are compatible. So once we have that, we're declaring that this is 0.2 and this is 0.1. So we'll do 5 minus 1, that's the difference of your y's, over negative 2 minus 0. When we get that, we get a slope of negative 2. So once again, try this one. Hit pause when you're ready. So hit pause now, and we're back. Another one that you can try, so hit pause now, and we're back. Third one we can check out. Hit pause now, and we're back. And the last one. Hit pause now, and we're back. Alright, remember that slope is a rate of change. In real life problems, finding the slope can give you information about how a quantity is changing. So we've done a good job of this throughout the course of the year when we've been doing our different word problems. So the number that is always multiplied by the variable, like your coefficient, this has actually been your slope. You just didn't know you're looking at a slope, but you were doing like a rate of change. So in this example, the graph shows the average electricity cost in dollars for operating a refrigerator for several months. Find the slope of the line, then tell what the slope represents. So the y value is the y value is the cost of electricity. The x value is your time. So this is independent. This is dependent. This is your domain. This is your range. So they picked out, again, they were nice to you, they picked out 2 points that were easy to read, 2, 12, and 4, 24. So looking at that, we can use the slope formula and say 12, the difference of the y is 12 minus 24 over the difference of the x's, 2 minus 4, is going to give you negative 12 divided by negative 2, which would be 6. And again, if you wanted to make these ones that, this one 0.2 and this 1.1, it would have been just fine. It'll still give you an answer of 6. Now, what does that answer mean? Keep in mind that your y value, it represents the cost of electricity, and x represents time. So basically it means the change in cost over the change in time is basically the cost in dollars per month. So basically that means that this refrigerator is costing them, this person, $6 per month. Try this one and see how you do. Hit pause now. And we're back. Now tell what this means. Finally, if you know the equation that describes a line, you can find its slope by using any two ordered pair solutions. It is often easiest to use the ordered pairs that contain the intercepts. So again, just another suggestion. This line was written in standard form, so we know now how to find the intercepts by just plugging in 0 for y, getting x equals 4, solving, putting in 0 for x, so we get y equals -8. So this is actually the ordered pair for 0. This is the ordered pair 0, -8. Now you have 2 points, so whenever you're given 2 points, you can always find the slope. So y2, -8 minus 0, which is y1, over x2, 0 minus 4, which would be -4. So -8 divided by -4 is 2. You found the slope just by looking at an equation and picking out the intercepts and using those intercepts as ordered pairs to make your 2 points. So try this one out. Hit pause now. And we're back. And that is all.